Good morning, yogis. My name is Brittany Timberlake. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. This morning I am bringing you a yin yoga practice that will be super chill, super quiet, and give you an opportunity to slow down before your day speeds up. You might like to have 2 blocks and a blanket for props. We're going to begin in a comfortable seated position, cross-legged or on your shins. If it's uncomfortable for you to sit this morning, you could always start laying down. So you might like to just wiggle around a little bit, closing the eyes. And then eventually coming to stillness. Feeling a heaviness through the legs in the pelvis, rooting down into the earth. Elongating up through the spine, the crown of the head, reaching up towards the sky. Relaxing your jaw. Relaxing your neck. The shoulder blades are heavy and moving down away from your ears. The palms of your hands are heavy, resting on your thighs. Giving yourself permission to be here fully. Feeling your breath. Feeling the temperature of the air as you breathe in, right at the tip of the nostrils. And the temperature of the air as you breathe out. And as the body starts to settle, and the breath starts to settle, observe the fluctuations of your mind. At this point, you may like to set an intention for your practice or set an intention for the rest of your day. It might be something like moving with a little bit more kindness towards yourself, more kindness towards others. An intention of slowing down, noticing the spaces between the inhales and the exhales. Whatever it is, just bring your intention to your mind. I'll start to bring a little bit of movement into the body. We're going to come into a neck stretch, allowing your right ear to fall towards your right shoulder. And we'll take our chin and start to draw it down and towards the right shoulder. So we're changing the stretch from the side of the neck to more of the back part of the neck. Allowing this to be gentle. Let's bring that stretch into the other side of the neck. So you could let your chin just roll down towards your chest. And then gently roll so the left ear comes towards the left shoulder. And it's normal if your mind feels really busy, if you're already starting to plan out your day. So when those thoughts creep in, just notice them. And then come back to the present moment by reconnecting to the breath, reconnecting to the sensations you're feeling in your body, knowing that you can begin again at any time. And allowing your chin to roll down towards your left shoulder. I'll roll the head back to center. When your head comes back up, you can just take a couple of shoulder rolls in one direction and then in the other. We'll move into supported fish. So another really nice opening for the chest, shoulders, for the heart. So we'll take our blocks and set them up in a T shape at the back of our mat. You can choose which height is appropriate for you, or if you do have a bolster at home, you could use that instead. So we want the second block to land right between the shoulder blades in the mid-upper back. So it's laying on the thoracic part of the spine. And you might take a couple of tries just to get the blocks in the right position. You don't want any pinching or pain. And just allow the arms to either come out to the sides in a T shape. You might even take your arms up and overhead this morning. And the legs could be extended out long, or you could have the soles of the feet together with the knees falling out in a butterfly shape. Noticing where your body is making contact with the blocks. Can you soften those areas a little bit more? Letting go. We're going to take our time to release from supported fish. We'll take our arms in a little bit closer so we can rest the weight on our elbows, lifting up. And then just moving our props off to the side. We're going to come into a opening for the IT band and glutes. So coming onto all fours, we're going to move into a more upright swan to start. So we'll take our right knee in towards our right wrist, walking the left leg back. Having a conversation with the right knee, making sure there's no pain. And then using blocks to bring the earth up to you. You could rest your hands or fingertips on there to help you press the sternum up and back. So we're a little bit more yang or active through the arms to help press our way up. But we're looking for that softening or yin energy in through the hips and the legs. Relaxing through your face. Feeling the teeth slightly part. When you're ready, come down into sleeping swan. Taking your weight onto your elbows and forearms. You might even come all the way down onto your chest or have your forehead resting on a block. Where in the body can you relax and soften a little bit more? Where in your mind can you relax and soften a little bit more? Remembering that the body and the mind are connected, they're not two separate entities. gently release. Coming back up onto the hands. And this morning it might feel really nice to release by tucking the back toes and pressing up into a downward dog. Letting the hips sway side to side. You can pedal out through the heels and the feet. And then when you feel like you're ready, we'll come into the other side. We'll bring the left knee in towards the left wrist, just draping the calf along the mat, walking the right leg back. We'll grab our blocks if you decide to use them. So we can start in a more upright swan. So we're not only getting into the hips, but we're getting this nice compression through the lower spine, nice back bend as we lift up through the sternum. You could even lean back a little bit if that's comfortable. Finding your edge and then settling in. Slowly transitioning down into sleeping swan. Moving the torso around. So you can find that bittersweet opening through the glutes and IT band on the left side. Could be even feeling this up into the left lower back. Relaxing, releasing, surrendering to this moment. Release from this side. You could tuck the back toes and press into a downward dog. Maybe you're feeling more of a child's pose after this morning. Whatever movements that you need right now to release through that long compression of the hip. Now let's move into a toe stretch. Nice way to get into the thick bands of fascia on the bottoms of the feet. So coming onto your shins and then tucking your toes. If you have sensitive knees, you could always place a blanket underneath the knees. And you could stay more forward to start with your fingertips or hands on the earth or blocks. Or you could start to walk the hands up the thighs. Maybe your head and shoulders even come to land over the hips. Good morning, feet. Imagining that you could send your breath all the way down into the bottoms of the feet. Oh goodness, when you are ready, we'll release. I'm not sure how long I actually stayed in that. If you want to stay longer, please do. You release the toes and give them a little bit of a tap. And then sitting back onto the shins. If this is okay for your ankles and your feet, you can start to lean back. The knees rise up. It's rare that we give our feet, our ankles love. So this is a nice little stretch and counter stretch. Let's come into Dragonfly. So you might like to face the long edge of your mat if you have sensitive heels. You can sit up on your blanket for a little bit of height underneath the hips. And we'll extend the legs out into a V shape. And you might like to have your blocks close by. So I'd like to give some options. The first option is to just allow your torso to come forward, down in the center of the legs. It's a really nice way to target the hamstrings, calves of both legs, getting into the lower back and the spine if you're rounding. The other option is to come into a bit of a side bend in this. So you could have your block or blocks beside your right leg. Bring your right elbow to the blocks. Rest your right cheek on your hand or fist. And then reach the left arm up and over. So I'll cue, if you decide to take the side stretch, I'll cue when we're about halfway through to move to the other side. Relaxing your feet and your legs. If you are taking the side bend and the left arm up and overhead starts to become too much effort to hold it there, you could just take that left arm and just rest it down by your side. If you are in the side bend, let's slowly come back to center. Come into the other side. If you're in Dragonfly with your torso down the middle, you're welcome to continue to marinate right where you are. If you need to come out at any time, please do. Or you want to come out and then come back in, it's all good. So coming into the left side, we'll take our left elbow to a block or blocks. Option to have the right arm up and overhead, or just down by your side. So from the side bend or from the center, we'll make our way back up. That was a lot of love for the hamstrings. So let's take our time to release. You could use your hands to bend one knee and then the other. Bring your soles of the feet onto the earth, leaning back onto the hands. And then just let the knees windshield wiper from side to side. You can lift up through the sternum. And then coming back to center, we'll bend the knees, crossing at the ankles, and take our arms and just wrap them around the legs, curling ourselves into a tight ball, giving yourself a hug, thanking yourself for this time of self-care, knowing that when you take this time to take care of you, it allows you to better take care of everyone else in your life. And then releasing. So at this point in the practice, you're welcome to come to lay down on your backs and just take a couple of twists with the legs, letting the knees fall side to side. Or you can sit with me and end the practice, and we'll just take a gentle twist. We'll take our left hand to our right knee, right arm, hand behind us, looking over the right shoulder. Sometimes in a morning practice, if I lay down, I might not get back up. And then releasing and twisting to the other side. And coming back to center, either laying here in corpse or in a comfortable seated position. Let's just spend a little bit more time together in quiet and calm before the rest of our day speeds up. Coming back to whatever your intention was, whatever your intention is. Let's bring our hands together at our heart center. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for your yin practice. And may you move through the rest of your day with a sense of calm, ease, and compassion. Namaste.